Suzy and Friends.
With Suzy Cato.
Kia ora and welcome to Aotearoa New Zealand's favourite kids podcast,
Suzy and Friends. I'm Suzy Cato. Hello, my friend. Kia ora e hoa. Thanks for joining us today.
Kia ora, I'm Trevor. Yep, it is great to have you here with us.
Let's get straight into it with today's brain teaser. And this week's brain teaser was emailed in from Dane in Hastings. Kia ora, Dane. Are you ready to have your brain power tested with Dane's brain teaser? Yes? Oh, good. Because here we go.
Okay, Maya says she can throw a ball so it zooms away from her, changes direction suddenly, then comes back to her all by itself. How does this happen?
Oh, that's a long one. Can I read that, please, Trevor?
Yep, sure, here you go.
Okay. Maya says she can throw a ball so it zooms away from her, changes direction suddenly, then comes back to her all by itself. How?
I've got Dane's answer here, so I can give you a clue if you like.
Oh, thanks, but not quite yet. Let's have a think about it. You throw a ball, it zooms away, changes direction, and comes back. Is the ball a boomerang?
Sorry, no, it is not a boomerang. It's an ordinary ball.
Wait, does it say which direction she throws the ball?
No.
I think I've got it.
Whoa, that would be impressive. If you're right.
I think Maya throws it straight into the air.
Please explain, Suzy.
So Maya throws the ball straight in the air, and when it gets to its highest point, it stops, changes direction, and comes straight back down, all by itself.
Suzy Cato, you are correct.
Yay! Yay me!
Yes. Yay you, all right. Hey, and if you got it right, yay you too.
Wow, that was a clever brain teaser, wasn't it? Thanks for emailing it in, Dane.
Hey, if you know a brain teaser or have a favourite joke that we can share on Suzy and Friends, please email it to us, suzy@suzy.co.nz. We would love to hear from you.
Today on Suzy and Friends in a podcast, 8 and 9-year-olds talk about their favourite sports. Jashika tells us about the book Fairies. And our story from the Pacific this week is from the Solomon Islands. It's called Why the Moon Has a Dirty Face.
There are jokes, fun facts about a very special native bird, and Cody's here with Cool to Kōrero. Right now, though, it is time to play the game with no prize. What's that sound? He aha tēratangi. Listen carefully. Can you work out what the sound is? Are you ready? Here we go. What's that sound?
Do you think you know what that sound might be? It could be lots of things. Remember, you don't have to decide right now. You can make a list, if you like, of all the things that it could be, and then wait for the clue coming later in the podcast.
We'll also play the sound a couple more times for you to have another listen. And when we get to the end of the podcast, we will tell you what it is.
Time for some jokes now. Here's Finn, Ash and Jayden.
Hi, what's your name?
Finn,
How old are you, Finn?
8.
Got a joke for me?
Yep.
Off you go.
What do you get when you mix chili with cream?
What do you get when you mix chili with cream? Don't know.
Ice cream.
Off you go with your joke.
What did the boxer say to the barber?
I don't know. What did the boxer say to the barber?
Give me an uppercut.
Why did the students study in the aeroplane?
Why did the students study in the aeroplane? Don't know.
Because they wanted higher grades.
You're listening to Suzy and Friends with Suzy Cato.
Kia ora, Finn, Ash and Jayden, today's kid comedians. This is Suzy and Friends in a podcast with Suzy Cato and Trevor. Okay, now we have some random fun facts. What are they about today, Suzy?
Fun facts. Fun facts. Fun facts.
Fun facts today are about the kiwi. Fun fact 1. The kiwi is probably our most famous bird. It's known around the world and us New Zealanders are often called kiwis. Fun fact 2. The kiwi is a flightless bird about the size of a chicken, and it's nocturnal, which means it sleeps all the day and it's awake through the night. That's when it hunts for food, like bugs and worms. Fun fact 3. The male and female kiwi share the childcare. They take turns sitting on their eggs to keep them warm and safe before they hatch. Good on ya, kiwi. And that's fun facts for today.
Thank you, Suzy. Good fun facts. I enjoyed those. Hey, Suzy.
Yes, Trevor?
How did the eggs get off the motorway?
I don't know. How did the eggs get off the motorway?
They took the exit.
The exit.
This is Suzy and Friends, and this week Jashika read a book, and here she is to tell you all about it.
Hi everyone, I'm Jashika. I'm 10 years old and today I'm reviewing the book Fairies. It's by Michael Bush and illustrated by Andy Knopp. This book is about a girl trying to find fairies deep in the forest. She already found tiny fairy houses at the bottom of the trees, but where are the fairies? My favorite part of the story is when she's dreaming about what the fairies could be doing. I really like how the illustrator drew Michael Bush. This story reminds me of Tinkerbell, mainly because of the fairies in here. So this book has a picture of Michael Bush and Andy Knopp. It also says that you can listen to it while you read. Michael wrote a song and that became this book. My favorite character is the girl in this story, which is Michael Bush, because she's adventurous and loves music, especially singing. I think kids would like this book because it tells a story in the form of singing and it's about fairies. My name is Jashika and I hope you like my review on Fairies. It's by Michael Bush and illustrated by Andy Knopp. See ya!
This is Suzy and Friends
With Suzy Cato.
Thanks, Jashika. And if you want to look for that book at your library or bookshop, the book title and author again, Fairies by Michael Bush. And Michael is spelled M-I-C-H-A-L. Now, how about we give you another go at our game, What's That Sound? He aha te rā tangi. Are you ready? Here it comes. Listen carefully.
What's that sound? The clue for today is what, Suzy?
The clue is there's lots of water all around.
Ooh, now you've got me thinking. Do you know what it might be? Find out if you're right at the end of Suzy and Friends. That's when the answer's coming.
Now it's time to settle down for a short story told by Elisa. It's one of our stories from the Pacific. And today's story is from the Solomon Islands.
Why the Moon Has a Dirty Face. Many years ago in the Solomon Islands, the moon would shine so brightly you could not tell whether it was night or day. The people of the Solomons took pride in the fact that the moon was never so radiant anywhere else in the world. Sadly, the light of the moon would wane as it changed in the sky each night from bold and brilliant to a thin crescent shape until eventually there would be no moon at all. This change in the moon's pattern angered the chief, who wanted the moon to be full every night. "Where has the moon gone?" he would ask angrily. Why can't the moon shine all the time like the sun? He took his questions to the village wise men. What do you think is happening to it? Something must be eating it, said the chief. That can't be, one wise man argued. If it was being eaten, it couldn't come back to life. They argued until their heads hurt. Finally, the chief grew restless and demanded that the moon be caught. If we could catch the moon before it bounces into the sky, we could keep it in our house during the day and set it free at night time. The next day, he ordered the women of the village to weave a long cord and the young men of the village to carve the biggest fishhook ever made. It took many days to make, but when the line was finally finished, the chief took his biggest and bravest men to the highest mountaintop, and one by one they each took turns hurling the hook with all their might at the moon. But every time the hook would fall with a thud to the ground below. All night they tried, until disgraced they returned to their village. The next night, the moon appeared to grin at the defeated chief, as if to mock him. Enraged, the chief and his people went back to the mountain and threw anything and everything they could find at the moon, while shouting curses and insults. Tonight, when you look at the moon, you will still see the shadowy marks on its face left by the foolish chief and his villagers.
Thanks, Elisa. Great story. Another story from the Pacific on the next Suzy and Friends.
Soon, Micah, Honga, Cody and Cherish talk about sports. But now here's another Cody, our Cody, with Call to Kōrero.
Kia ora, ko Cody tēnei, and today we're learning Go Outside. In te reo Māori, it's haere ki waho. Let's try it. We'll start with haere. How about you repeat that word after me? Haere. Now let's say the next bit. Ki waho. And again, ki waho. Okay, now let's put it all together and say the whole thing. I'll do it first, and then you have a go. Haere ki waho. One more time. Haere ki waho. Ka rawe. And that's Call to Kōrero for now. Practice, go outside. Haere ki waho. And I'll talk to you again soon. Ka kite e hoa.
And Cody's back with Cool to Kōrero next time on Suzy and Friends. Kia ora, Cody. Thank you very much.
Hey, do you think you know the answer to what's that sound? Well, very soon we'll give you one last chance to hear it and guess what it is before we give you the answer. But first, here's Trevor talking to kids just like you about their favourite sports.
Hi, it's Trevor here with kids just like you. And hello, what's your name?
Mika.
Mika, how old are you?
9.
Okay, Mika, today we're talking about sports. What's your favourite sport to play?
Rugby.
Why is that?
Because you get to tackle.
Is there a sport that you like to watch?
Yeah, baseball, because when they hit it and it goes far, I like when the other person and he catches them out.
Thank you, Mika. G'day, what's your name?
Honga.
Honga, what's your favourite sport to play?
Football.
What do you like about football?
You wear these special helmets and big clothes. You can throw it to your teammate or to in front to get easy try.
So you're talking about American football now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, have you got a favourite American football team?
Mustang.
Hello, what's your name?
Katie.
Have you got a favourite sport you like to play?
Netball.
What do you like about netball?
You don't usually have to bounce the ball that much. You usually just pass and pass all the time.
And do you have a favourite sport that you like watching?
The rugby.
Who's your favourite rugby team?
All Blacks.
Hi, what's your name?
Cherish.
Cherish, how old are you?
9.
You got a favourite sport that you like playing?
Soccer.
Tell me about soccer. Why do you like that?
You get used to not using your hands that much, And usually in all the sports, you mainly use your hands.
And is there a sport that you like watching?
Tennis.
What do you like about tennis?
That it's nice and quiet and it's not that loud all the time.
Thank you very much. See you later.
Bye. Bye.
Kia ora, kids. Some cool sports there. What was there? There was rugby, baseball, American football, netball, soccer, and tennis. What would your answers be if Trevor asked you the same questions? What's your favourite sport to play? And what's your favourite sport to watch? We'd love to hear your answers. How about you email us, suzy@suzy.co.nz. We might even get you on Suzy and Friends to talk about it.
OK, here it is. Your final chance to play our game with no prize. What's that sound? All right? Listen up. Whakarongo. What's that sound?
And the clue? Lots of water all around. What's your answer? OK, what's that sound? He aha te rātangi.
And the answer is...
A ship's horn. If you guessed it, ka pai tō mahi. Good work, 10 out of 10. We'll have another world famous in New Zealand What's That Sound next time on Suzy and Friends.
Looking forward to it already. I love What's That Sound. Hey, thank you to everyone who helped with the podcast today. Thank you to Mika, Honga, Cody and Cherish for talking about sports. And thank you to Elisa Fitisimanu for telling the story Why the Moon Has a Dirty Face.
Thanks for Cool to Kōrero, Cody. Kia ora to our jokey jokesters, Finn, Ash and Jayden. And a big thank you to Jashika for telling us all about the book Fairies by Michael Bush.
Thank you, Dane, for the brain teaser.
Thanks New Zealand On Air and the team at RNZ. And a ginormous thank you to you for joining us today. Why don't you get in touch with your jokes, your brain teasers, or just to say hi? You can email suzy@suzy.co.nz or send a message from our website, suzy.co.nz. And if you like the podcast, please like and follow.
On the next Suzy and Friends podcast, we go fishing with Curtis. There's a spider in the sky. And Florentina talks about a book she really liked. Talk to you next week, eh? Ka kite.
Goodbye, my friend. Ka kite.
This is Suzy and Friends
With Suzy Cato.